Geologic assignment: Sandbanks Provincial Park in Prince Edward County, Ontario. Geologic setting: sand dunes. 1 million years ago, melted glaciers modified the surface and shoreline of Prince Edward County, an island in Ontario, with large quantities of sand, silt, and sediment from sandstone. The sand deposited in these areas due to strong winds off the coast resulted in formation of what are now called the sandbanks. Process and formation of the dunes. Streams flowing under the glaciers formed eskers, which held water retention and formed gravel. The park is faced with full-force southwesterly winds that blow across Lake Ontario. The waves washed up glacial sands which formed beach. Dried sand was then carried inland by strong winds. These events provided the perfect setting for a gradual evolution that became large, remarkable transfer and parabolic dunes with areas of rich soil and limestone bedrock. Two ranges of dunes exist: Front Range, adjacent to the beach on Lake Ontario, and the larger range which goes from the west shore to the east. Other well-known sand dunes in Canada include Athabasca Sand Dunes Provincial Park in Saskatchewan. This is 100 kilometers along the southern edge of Lake Athabasca, with dunes up to 30 meters in height. It has a unique ecosystem which is rich in rare and endemic plants. It was formed 8,000 years ago in the last glacial period. The legend of the outlet river gold at Sandbanks Provincial Park. In the summer of 1758, Colonel Bradstreet sailed from the mouth of the Oswego River to attack Fort Frontenac, Kingston. In a ship battle with the French, both boats burned to water's edge. 80 years later, a descendant of the commander on Bradstreet's boat returned with historic documents proving treasure. Unfortunately, they did not have the proper machinery to excavate it. Now, park regulations prevent any excavations due to the amount of vegetation covering the 2-century-old drifting sand. So, there is still suspected to be a boatload of gold lying in the outlet river. If you want, you can read more on this in picturesque Prince Edward County, which was edited by Helen Merrill in 1890. Fun fact: the Sandbanks are known as the world's largest Baymouth Barrier dune formation. Sadly, due to the effects of flooding in the last couple of decades, the dunes are not as tall as they once were. But they're still a great sight to check out, and the park is open year-round.